Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm really happy to see you again. And yeah, let's get to it. Yeah, in this episode I start by removing the windshield. So you can see me struggling because the bolts on it were pretty rusted. So I tried to drill them out, but I was not really successful at it. So later I punched with a hammer on it. And I also tried to cut them. And yeah, in the end I was successful, but it was a really pain in the butt. So yeah, you can see me how I slowly removing windshield. So only at that point I noticed that you can fold down the windshield. I didn't know that about the Jeep. So yeah, I was really surprised, but also happy. Yeah guys, the list of things we've got to fix goes on. This whole section is basically trash. And yeah, but I'm not too concerned about it because if you look at it, those are all straight parts. Like I need a flat part from there to here, then one flat part here that I only have to cut in this direction, and a flat part of this side, then some flats to here, and I'm basically done. So I'm not concerned about it, even though it looks pretty bad. But I mean, once I cut it away, it won't look bad anymore because it's gone. So what I just did was I measured all the distances between the centers and the sheets. So later that when I'm manufacturing these pieces from scratch, that I know the dimensions. And yeah, because I have to take all this off because as you can see, there's no strength in this metal anymore. And therefore I have to remove it and restore it. You can see me removing the dashboard. I already took pictures of all the wiring, so I know which wire goes where. And yeah, I'm not going to reuse any of those wires because they're all old. And yeah, I'm just going to redo the whole wiring harness. There are also some oil pressure lines, which you will see later, going between the engine bay and the dashboard. And there's also the steering column, which I had to remove later. One of the main problems was there was someone before me who rewired the whole Jeep, and the guy did basically a pretty bad job because none of the wires was labeled. So yeah, I had to figure out every wire and where it goes, which is especially hard if they are not colored. What you just saw on the time lapse was I was removing all the connections between the chassis and the engine because even though there are only 7 bolts holding the structural components together, there are lots of cables and wires running between the cabin and the engine bay. And yeah, now I'm removing the master cylinder. You can see it's only holding in some bolts. I also cut some pieces out here. I just removed the whole window to make it easier and lighter. And yeah, let's take this thing out together. I hope it's able with one hand. Oh, was quite easy. So this part looks not too bad, I have to say. It's maybe aftermarket. It's maybe not an original. Let's just put it aside. And yeah, as you can see, I stripped down the whole interior. And yeah, that's because I have to take everything out. The steering wheel I took out earlier. And yeah, those are almost the last things holding everything together. And what I noticed was someone made this sidebar, the step bar. And while they made it, they welded it to the upper piece, where you can see that part goes straight to this piece. But they also welded a structural piece right to the frame. And that's bad because now I have to cut it because otherwise my upper body won't come loose. Yeah, so let's continue. Okay, now we have our next problem. We have here a metal line that's feeding our oil pressure sensor. And yeah, it's going straight through a hole. It's definitely aftermarket. It's not original. And yeah, it goes right into the engine bay. It's this one here. And it goes down to right there. I think you can't even see it. So I just got the light. And I hope you can see it now. Right at the tip of my finger. This line goes down there. It's like right that one. Yeah, and I have to get it loose. And it's completely rusted. So I just loosened up the other side. And let's try to get this out. Oh, that's quite easy. Oh, yeah. That's the line. Yeah. I think this also could get replaced, even though it's not rusty. But it's pretty bent. Yeah, guys, you just saw how I removed the front part of the car. Yeah, the firewall is still in good shape. There's still plenty of material. Yeah, but now that we have access, it's way easier to repair. And of course, I will also take off our side. And yeah, this is our engine. By looking at it, I don't think it's the original engine. It seems to be some different engine from another car, but it's pretty simple. It's carbureted and it has a timing belt, so yeah, shouldn't be too complex. I hope it runs. I hope pistons and internal components are in great condition. So yeah, we'll see. So now that I have removed the seat, I can look close at the problem, and yeah, underneath here there's a ton of rust. I mean, we probably have to cut this whole piece here up to the other side. Think something for the middle, because there is a tunnel for the drive shaft. And yeah, we have to cut this out. Weld a complete new piece of steel in, except because here's one of those bolts, which is also pretty gone. That's something small. Anyway, that's not our problem. Yeah, this is our problem. That is our problem. Okay, that's pretty bad. That's really bad. So guys, we successfully took the Jeep apart. Unfortunately, I couldn't film how we took off the chassis from the frame, because the friend who helped me take out the chassis don't want to be seen on video. So yeah, here we are. We have now 3 separate parts that we have to work on. The first part ain't too bad. There's some rust here and at the connecting plates. The second part is really bad. because we have these giant holes. And while we took it apart, I could see from underneath there's a ton of rust. But we will address that. And then we have our third part, which is in, yeah, not a great shape, but it's still pretty solid. When you look at here, it's not rusted or something. That's good, that the frame is strong. And yeah, but still we have to do a lot of work here as well. Like for example, this piece completely bended. And yeah, we have to take out, for example, this A-frame, weld a new one in. Or I don't know why the previous owner did this, but they took some piece out here. It's maybe because the differential comes up, but I don't think that will come up like 20 centimeters. So therefore, we'll probably just fill that in. And yeah, I have to check the gearbox, the transmission, and the engine if they're working. And if so, we can continue. So while I was cleaning the Jeep and everything, I noticed that we've got a crack right here. And yeah, I hope I can weld it because it's cast iron. But yeah, that's a problem we gotta fix. Yeah guys, at this point I just tried to figure out how the Jeep works and how everything comes together. And you can see me removing small bits and pieces, and later I'm just sitting there and figuring out which part goes where. Because as I said earlier, it's really messed up, and yeah, but I think I did a good job. And in the end I was able to do my own wiring diagram. And yeah, now I have a nice plan how everything works and comes together. And yeah guys, that's it for this video. I hope you had fun. If so, leave a like or a comment, and I see you in part 3.